Hey guys, it's Trippin' Switches here with an FPL Gameweek 9 team review video. So overall I got 85 points. My game week rank was 61,000. I know a lot of people played a triple captain, but my overall rank is 328,000. So 330k. It really jumped. The most important thing, I know we're early in and everybody says don't be too focused on points, but I want to be below that million mark. That's my kind of my goal. If I'm inside the million mark, I'm doing well. I I know I'm not good enough to be in the top, 100 or below, or top even 1,000 and below. But sitting around half a million is about where I'm targeting for the season. So I'm well on course for that. I have played my wild card and it hasn't worked out. So Haaland scored only once. I had him down for a hat trick. Didn't happen. In fact, in Boomoo, with 15 was the player to captain. So if I had a triple captain in Bumu, it would have went much better. Even Chris Wood or Salah, any of these three here in the triangle would have worked out a lot better. As you can see, Bumu was my vice captain. So pending something miraculous with Haaland and Guardiola decided not to start him, it would have landed onto him and it would have been great. But the only thing about Mbuma was, if you watch that game, he was very close to blanking. He eventually got a penalty, which he scored. He took well, and then he had a cross which just ended up going in. It's hard to even describe what happened there. But he was actually close to blanking, to be honest. I watched that game and it was crazy game. The rest of my team didn't do too bad. I was most happy with Eze 6 as he finally returned. So I think that's like 2 or 3 returns I've had from him. I had him from the start. My wildcard team is coming out tomorrow, so you'll see that for game week 10. I have a wildcard video coming, so I'm playing, and you'll see who I take out, who I put in, kind of a draft. Or towards the end of the week, I'll tweak it and change it. But my wildcard is now active. Um, so who do we have? We have Hall. Would have been nice to start him. I just didn't think, honestly, against Chelsea. I didn't notice it. My automatic sub, Areola, I had started. That was a lucky one. So I had Areola. Henderson obviously played. I thought Spurs would have done better against Palace. I wasn't expecting a clean sheet. Also, I transferred out Saka last week and Son in. So the only good thing was I missed Saka's price decrease, and I also missed Son's price increase. So I was able to get them out before they gained and lost value in the wrong direction for me about transfers. So I was happy there. The only problem was Saka actually started and returned. Son obviously didn't, so I got 2. I lost 7 points from that transfer, along with losing the transfer as well, thinking I was being clever, but I wasn't. So we are sitting 330,000 in the world. Overall points 571. It's important to note on Friday night I was about 700,000, somewhere like maybe even more, 800,000. And I got Woods 2, Vardy's 1, Hudson and Doy's 2, and Faces 1. Well, actually, I didn't get this until Sunday. But on Friday, I had about 22 points from these 3 players, and I had 2 on the bench. But it jumped me 400,000 points. So when I say it's fine margins at this moment, it is really fine margins. 10 to 30 points will jump you nearly half a million, depending on where you are in the league. Um, so Robson, I was surprised here. I actually had this game down for 0-0. I was surprised both teams scored. Although Fulham are good, I just think Everton are going to turn it around. So I'm sticking with Go. Just from last year, they had one of the best defenses in the league, and they've just been a little bit unlucky, I think. Robson again, he's so attacking. Uh, Fulham, they're not a bad side. They've great goalkeepers. They're pretty good. So that's where we are at the minute. Salah with 10. Salah couldn't How can you not have Salah in your team? It's like impossible. Again, Parma returns. I didn't have him, so that hurt. If you watch the Newcastle and Chelsea game, he was incredible as always. I think he's gone up to 11 million now. So it's just one of those things where my plan was always to get rid of Salah and transfer Parma in and free up some funds. The problem is both are returning. It's going to be difficult to make a decision on who goes out and who comes in. So obviously, you'll see my wildcard draft tomorrow how that one goes, and we'll review the game week 10 week then next week to see how my wildcard gets on and how many points we have, or we go up or down. I'm just trying to use up my chips that I have this side of Christmas. Obviously, we get a second wild card in the second half of the season. The other thing is we have a mystery chip coming in January, so I'm not sure what that is. I'm predicting it's going to be a wild triple captain, and that's what I think it's going to be. I don't think it can't be a wild card. Obviously, a free hit everybody's going to have. I reckon it's going to be a triple captainship. So that's why I played mine now, because I reckon we're going to get another one. Could be wrong, but that's my prediction. A triple captain. I just don't see FPL changing with something drastic. Also, they're fairly limited on what they do. It's either something with transfers, something with captains, or something with benches. But they're going to know everybody's going to have their bench boost remaining. They're going to have their, unless you're not really an engaged manager, you'll have played your bench boost. I don't think many engaged managers play their bench boost this side of Christmas. That's a double game week, usually after your wild card, maybe. Then you're going to have your free hit. Again, you're going to save that possibly for a blank game week. So I don't see it being that. Triple captain, I see a lot of people will have used it, and I reckon that's the one that they'll replace. And what's left, a wild card, you already get two, so I don't see you getting a third. Obviously, they could go something incredible, something really out there, but my money's on triple captain. Just saying, said it here first. So if it happens, you'll know. I'm moving up green arrows all over the place, so I'm moving up in my leagues. Happy with that. Obviously, this is the main leagues I'm keeping an eye on here. I just want to win this India Open, but I never will. If I win this one, I've won all the other leagues. This is the only league I haven't won that I'm in, and I've never even come close to winning it. To be honest, they're so engaged. But I just want to say thanks very much for watching. I'm going to leave it there because we're starting to ramble. I would ask if you would drop a like and possibly consider subbing. My wildcard draft is out tomorrow. So have a good day and best of luck.